The cicadas ruzz, zip past, up along, zip up, by, around the gold sun. Nature, that corny word, now nature moves. Music, moves quickly, fast, prolonged up. The lines of sound frantic are lining diagonally around the center of eye with joy. So fast they move, and you and I can catch them, with not only our ears. Yes, we can. And I am wrapped with perhaps daisies covering them, transparent plastic cords. No, not cords, strings, yes, strings. And all the beauties of London walk, the lines of panties, of hips, of breasts, moving, so arousing. To me in a fever, all tied in my plastic strings. They them move, and I covet. Some smile, there. Oh, lovely. Oh, you lovelies. Ready, ready, I'm waiting. Come, sun, through the slats. Come, heat past the fan. Surprise me. Wham! To be unready is wonderful. Let's forget. Come, hey. Hey, did you phone the PUC from Marley Place? They tore out a water valve. Yeah, we won't pay for it. To hell with them. Come. Now, no more poem. Unready now. The Russells. Brown. His hair grows slowly around his face in smudges. He looks like, though a little more fragile, like his paintings. With acquired neatness he shines his car, his exterior life, but thank heaven not his flame. Now he fills his wife's goldfish bowl with water. Blood. Oh, 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 If I pull in my stomach to make my breast stick out, my pants fall down, so I will sit with my big hazel eyes and watch my goldfish. Hot, warm, and wet mellow, not even damp, the red dull barns dust through the mellowness. Transport trailer wails by, wails by, wailing, crying. It is crying summer, sad summer, lush summer, ripe summer who is pregnant with visions. When you wear thick, snug skirts, the rises move smoothly under as you walk. Sure and steadily they rise and fall, as you walk, smiling usually, smiling. And you know I am looking, smiling. I found a slip of paper upon which a child has colored in red, green, black, blue, orange. A child has printed careful, awfully, I love you. The paper glows as it sits, vibrates on my desk. A child has said this, only a child can say this. A child writing with tongue bent carefully over the paper, with crayon writing, blowing life into a piece of newsprint. The edge flat of the rubber heel touches in harder, the dust gritted, bitted, grit tick, harder it presses to the flat pat heel, plop, swinging. The heel worn, slanted, smooth, silently, the instep rides on air, on rubber flesh. Flap is the sole weight shifted from the rubber bounce to resprung heel to the flabby, flapping, slap sole, which flattens thinly underweight. Puff goes dust, poofed from between soles, put down consecutively 3/10 of a second each, a small child walks. Where the hell is he going? From feet to the tin truck cab, with the toothless, grump-jawed, devilish Bob. Old bastard, acid, tongue-eyed, brained, and acid-scented. Sometimes from his nether regions weird smells bobble. They linger on the bud tongue and nose hair, and he grunts, or laughs a short one. It is not hard to imagine you with a quiet smile on a bouncing, slightly puffing bus, pretending that you have a big belly and quietly knitting, and maybe even blushing a little at the imagined weight of your child. 3 kids in blue are running. Like little ripples, their legs and arms wrinkle quickly after the oiler, which sprays as they ripple counterpoint. And, as further counterpoint, as usual, I think of the current goof and loss of you, who was never found. Walking in dappled yellow, the spring blue sky vibrates with lemon leaves. This orange is so orange it is impenetrable, leaving the passer with vivid streaks of its own color like other meetings. The gray now blue sidewalks throw up their sounds, and the cracks wink steadily at a walker, especially cleats. Oh, this day gleams, but who can see without wiping his eyes today? Even the gravel is brittle today, thinking hurts today, for the water is still deep, and birds talk, leaves rub, rattle, and power mowers, and sun. At dull as men talk confidentially, buzzing around the ceiling their voices buzz, who is asleep or almost? Who is always guilt-ridden? How can one help it in this yellow room where everyone guards his head and all are secretive about natural things, even feelings? O spring love season, O spring loves, many hurt spring loves, hurt many springs. Tender skin wounds easily now, tender well-tuned flesh punctures easily now. Vibrate. Can love's arrows hit a moving target? Keep quiet, please. Shut up. Stop. Stop, stop, and live. Sitting running in the sun and wind cutting on our backs, and now we look up the old steps into this soft over the boards old house, and a roaring old table just past the gauze-parted curtains, and glass and outside air. The weeds are growing around the very sharp-cutting gashes, around a wooden house that is almost rickety. And now you bend and look in at the wash-house, old boxes of soap, oxidol, enamel-topped table in its old white corner. It's a warm-feeling, moist island house, and you sit down while I am busy watching you eating a butterscotch ice cream cone. Still life-size. We are both life-size, maybe pretty soft, very vulnerable. No undreamer is here, however. Geez, it would be something to be something big to a she, to be a battleship, maybe, with all of its bigness and aggressiveness. I know someone who is a rowboat. No diesels, all pulling. No size, all tiny. You can't float down a spring stream in a battleship. They were so in love, and his big black hand would move and cover her knee so intensely, and she would clasp with a fumble his taut hand and mumble and hum, while you sit beside me, and sometimes you look at the wall. Where's your big thought now? Three guys grin and laugh and loud, and I too grin loud, laugh above, while below everyone who laughs, we laugh and loud too at any goddamn psychologist who wrecks our laughter with his personal reasons for our reasons for being happy. Say nothing, there is nothing to say, nothing near letter words. Just be right up here with me, right up here with the budding of these days. It is March, and things must grow. There when I saw her, the woman-girl, enter and turn pearl, with her grin smile laugh down with sudden shyness, she looks herself at her new displayed dress that is half-fitted, newly made for her own sweet body. No shoes, no feet show, just the dress glides, and her long neck with little curls at the nape just sits and stretches, with no effort, slip, swish, swing, swirl, glide, just past, with a happy, warm, smooth grin, ready to roar with loud, long laughter, swinging on the semi-polished floor. Her unseen feet twitter, sing softly, but with precision, and carry this here now and how person in front of one open-mouthed who shivers. At times like these dead hours, doubting, sick, freezing, hourglass squeezing periods, when someone doesn't quietly say yes, when someone quietly pulls out the chair from under, poured from a bucket is everything or most things, though not like water, more like syrup because it is gradual, pouring out from nothing to nothing in the still sounds of this place, with its clean halls and big windows and light and light and light. Laughing so close to tears is a wonder, is chuckling on the edge while slipping off again, on again, an acrobat or a juggler or a child Or maybe a fool is laughing so close to tears. They will come into a haze, I suppose, to see her smile across the floor with a porcelain cream gleam at us. And will I sit by my lone self glowering? Will I? Or will the mask on my sleeve hide all but the sighs? She stands and is gray, stares with arms braced down from 7 stories. Arms akimbo now, the dust-filled screen, as usual, hides her features. So she is a pretty face, with the features rounded and puffy, generalized, the common woman. These are the dust days. They bring back the old summers when I would go over the block to my cousin Jack's house, and we would make boats out of lawn chairs and caves out of car fenders. But he has moved away and grown up, left his house with the yellow garage and the bent radial aerial. These are the dust days, the dry days of summer. They bring back the days when my cousin Jack and I would make boats out of lawn chairs during the old summers beside his yellow garage with the 3 little back windows. The same windows still look across the backyards to our house. Though the people who own them are new, they've been new for 10 years. They will always be the new people in Jack's house, especially in the dust days of dry summer. We lump in hazy half-darkness, quiet, except for static and whistle, hum, quiet, as time ripples around us, like last year and a few other times. Boy, this is tremendous, to ride whip along in the back seat of the bus, to see the town lights move forward until they disperse. My soul jumps with the bus. It is joyful and uncomplicated, for spring is here, and I have had a full day. He sits in his room with the light on, while I go by and whistle, one loud peep. He sits, crazy, black-browed, mad. He sits on his red-fuzzed blanket and looks at his white-covered table with the squeaky chair. There, I can see the smoke come out of his nose. It is warm on my back, yet it smells cool on my face and hands. Maybe sweat does that. All men sit spread on steps, watching. Abbreviated female apparel, I expect. The boys at the university sit on the lawn, white, sleeves rolled, hairy arms. The usual walkers wear their seasonal woman-dark glasses, and the shadows lace me walking by the dust-dulled cars, spring and sun. Now people talk loudly and laugh, and spring and sun is here. Hey, look, the mist hangs over the land again, and like the earlier scream dulls the distance. But you can still hear the goldenrod scream by a yellow streak. It's hard to hear it, though, because of the chitter-chatter of the commuters who sit in the spanning train. Sit let us again before the old pillar radio, the one that Small Eye once scratched up with nails, crisscrossed the varnished wood with scratches. Scratch, scratch, across the wood. It gives, soft, brittle, dark, varnished like toothpick wood. Hot and wet and cloying, and I sweat, but the sun is bright and makes the houses look dry yellow, and the rattle of the bus, and the rattle of the bus, and the rattle of the bus, and look dry yellow, and the rattle of the bus, 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 and the rattle of the bus above the comforting jumble. The incessant noise of this machine pounding out its very glare on man's rest. A small entrance made on a prejudiced topic. It sputters out. The person saddens a little, makes an effort to look studious. My ache refuses to fit into the socket of my neck, and the back of the chair catches my shoulder blades at the wrong angle. The cig smoke, warm on cool, cool on warm, light on dark, dark on light. I expect the other will be here soon. Down our street lives a house. It squats like a lump of moss, enclosed by woolly bushes. It is brown, gray, and congealed white. On its its door, is a small silver button, put there by the boy who lives inside. The house is like his mother, old and drowsy, yet like him, unconcerned, curious. The rose is dying slowly in the corner. Its scent smolders, sweet, thick. The half-spent light fixture buzzes, and the glare of its whiteness hurts my eyes. Through the dull presence of my stomach and the semi-sharp pain in my mid-skull, the old thought returns. It is dying slowly in the corner. I slammed the car door harder, shuffled across the gravel, clicked the door out of the cheese-like fog and into the clarity of a room. Clink went my feet on the flint-like floor, and fleet were my thoughts as they churned, and syrup-like their atmosphere, slowly drowning my sanity. Everybody around grins, and you there, little baby. Oh, my, look, little baby. But the little bugger lies and kicks and cries and doesn't care. Oh, the poor little baby. He doesn't care about them stupid people at all. Right now he isn't hungry.